Ping is an unimportant broke background character, till one day he is suddenly reincarnated 10 years in the past in an alternate version of his world. He has an out-of-body experience as he witnesses an intense battle between two warriors. The lad regains consciousness just as the fight ends, and he finds himself back in high school in his younger self's body. Ping is a little confused when the teacher announces that the martial arts registration exam commences the following day. He doesn't recall such a subject during his timeline. One of his friends thinks that it is a waste of money for him and Ping to register since they never shown interest in becoming a warrior. Ping realizes that he needs to learn more about this new world before his cover is blown, so he runs out of the classroom. He finds an internet cafe to read up on things. It is revealed that the two warriors he saw fighting were CEOs of large companies. In this world, martial artists hold high esteem and wield great power in society. They are categorized from rank 1, which is the lowest, to rank 9, which is the highest. Companies can only be opened by martial artists. Those with rank 4 can be governors of a province, and only those with rank 7 or higher can run multinational companies. Even the talent in the entertainment industry is only filled with low-rank martial artists. Due to this, the martial arts exam gives hope to numerous people who want to better their social status. After learning all this, Ping decides to sign up for the exam, but the registration fee is 10,000. He hopes that he's from a rich family in this reality. As he leaves the cafe, he notices a wanted poster for a criminal called Huang Bin, who is also a second-rank warrior. Ping makes a mental note of it before heading home. He enters and is surprised that it's the same as his past world. His little sister rushes out and berates him for taking most of the money they were supposed to split evenly. Ping is happy to see her so young again and pinches her cheeks. She runs to their mother to complain. She tells them to stop messing around as it's almost time for dinner. Their father comes in soon after and the family sit to eat. Ping tells his parents of his intention to take the martial arts exam, but his father gets up and leaves the room. He returns soon after with some money and gives his full support, as this is a big opportunity. After dinner, he overhears his parents worrying about their finances, but they are determined to help their son. The dad plans to borrow some blood energy pills from the factory because he heard that they help with the exam. His mother is also willing to start working to better support the family. The following day, Ping's friends are stunned to learn that he has signed up for the exam. The teacher comes in before they can grill him further. He announces Wang will be coming to give a lecture about his experience regarding the test. Wang is a former student at their school who has burst in the martial arts world after entering university. Ping and his friends are tasked with picking him up from the station. Later that night, Ping reads through the criteria for the exams and learns that his blood energy value is one of the things they will be assessing. His learning is interrupted when a drop of water from the leaking toilet in the apartment above him hits his face. His mother also comes to tell him that his father got him some blood energy pills. He picks them from his shelf and is surprised that one is 30,000. As soon as he touches the pill, the system activates, showing him his wealth, blood energy, and his mentality stats. The system shows the true value of the pill, which is 40,000 for the two. He touches the blood energy stat, which increases by 0.1, causing a surge in power, but this is in exchange for 10,000. Simultaneously, the criminal Huang Bin senses this fluctuation while in his hiding place. We learn that he has taken a woman hostage and is living in her home while he heals his wounds. During that interval, Wang arrives in the city earlier and gets a call requesting he take care of the fugitive. Wang agrees to take the job, but charges 500,000. After the call, he looks towards the direction of the fluctuation in blood energy, as he also sensed it. All the while, Ping stands in his room sweating and panting as he feels like his muscles are being torn apart. His little sister warns him not to make so much noise as he complains about the ratio of money needed to raise his stats. However, he is happy that the pills don't disappear once the system absorbs the benefit. The following day, he heads to the train station with his friends to pick up Wang. Ping is confused about the hype everyone is giving Wang. His friends inform him that Wang is a genius who became a martial artist in high school and hit the peak of the first rank only days after starting college. He also helps capturing warriors that have become criminals. Wang announces his arrival when he interjects in their conversation. They give him a warm welcome, and Wang picks up on the energy in Ping's body and notes that the fluctuation from the previous night was coming from him. One of the rich friends boasts to Wang about him having the highest blood energy value in their class. Wang points out that Ping has about the same level, which surprises everyone. They demand to know how many pills he has taken. He acts oblivious and attributes it to the physical training that he has been doing. The high schoolers turn their attention to escorting Wang, but he expresses his preference to walking instead of taking the bus. They discuss the minimum blood energy value needed to pass the upcoming exam. Wang expects it to be 110 points. The group finally arrive at the school, and Wang gives his lecture to the cheering students. After the speech, he gives his number to Ping and his friends in case they need further assistance. He rejects their offer to join the group for dinner before leaving. After that lecture, Ping realizes that he needs a lot of resources if he wants to be a martial artist, but he can't use his family's limited money to do so. The lad rushes off home when he remembers that his room is still leaking. All the while, Huang Bin still tends to his wounds and keeps a low profile since no one would expect him to be in the city. A sudden knock on the door gets him alert. Turns out that Ping lives in the apartment below. He is friendly with the lady and wants to come in to fix the leak. The bound-up lady hits against a table when she hears Ping's voice. This causes a fishbowl on the table to fall. Huang Bin gestures for her to be quiet before he opens the door. He tells Ping that the lady rented the room to him a few days earlier. The lad informs him of the leaking toilet. Huang Bin lets him in to look so that he doesn't look suspicious. He notices that the fluctuation in blood energy that he sensed earlier was from Ping. Meanwhile, Ping works on the leak and finds Huang Bin's old face bandage and recalls seeing it on the face of the wanted criminal. Huang Bin comes to check on him and realizes that Ping might have figured out who he is, so the crim tells him to stay. He asks the lad questions about the fugitive, but Ping acts oblivious. He starts to send an SOS message to Wang when he feels that Huang Bin knows he's lying. The fugitive locks the door just as Ping gets a call. He picks and alerts Wang of the danger that he's in. Huang Bin closes the distance, knocks him back and crushes the phone before more information is given. He removes the bandage to reveal the nasty face injury. He makes it clear that he can't let the lad leave. Ping struggles to get up because he is out of strength from that beatdown. Huang Bin blames him for ruining his perfect hiding position. The criminal lunges in to finish him off, but Ping uses some of his wealth points to recover his blood energy. Huang Bin can't believe his eyes and fiercely attacks Ping, but the lad manages to dodge some strikes till he is knocked down again. Wang comes in clutch and takes out Huang Bin just before Ping's life is lost. The senior reveals that he was in the area investigating the fluctuation in energy. The lady is freed from her bondage, and some men in black later arrive to retrieve Huang Bin. Wang is surprised that Ping was able to hold off an injured second-ranked warrior. He knows that his junior is hiding something. Ping is reluctant to tell him about the system, and Wang respects his right to have some secrets. He turns his attention to Huang Bin's bag and notices a third-rank stone and guesses that the criminal was also preparing to break through to the third rank. Wang takes it along with some other similar-level resources. He makes it clear to Ping that he will not be able to use them. However, the senior gives him the remaining resources in the bag. This will help him prepare for the martial arts exam and break through the first rank to be a fully fledged warrior. Ping worries that he has taken the lion's share, but Wang assures him that he has taken what he needs. The senior also takes the time to explain the effects of some of the resources. The blood energy pill is solely used to increase the upper limit of one's energy. It is most potent when one takes it before becoming a martial artist, after which the effects gradually decrease. The blood energy elixir is needed at the next level. This has better effects on fully fledged martial artist. It is used during the final breakthrough at a given stage. After the initial breakthrough, one becomes a first-rank martial artist. Apart from the 9th rank, each rank is subdivided into 4 stages known as the initial, middle, high, and peak stages. Warriors need to take the corresponding blood chi elixirs to assist in the breaking through of each stage. Next is the bone refining pill. This refines the strength of the bones. It also helps with any damage to skin and energy channels. Bone injuries are the most difficult to heal for martial artists. Hardening the bones also supports the surge in blood energy in the body. The last pill in the bag is the protecting internal organs pill. It prevents the fragile human organs from exploding when blood energy exceeds its limits during the breakthrough process. Wang warns him not to take the medicine carelessly. He promises to give Ping more information about the different martial arts schools if he passes the exam. Their conversation is interrupted when Ping's little sister comes home from school and fangirls over Wang. Ping later heads to his room to further inspect the pills. The system absorbs the value of all the pills and calculates it to over 2 million. This triggers it to update to show his stats based on the metrics used in the world. Currently, his blood energy is 110 calories. He uses his wealth points to get stronger before the exam. He is also given some martial arts books by his teacher in Wang. One day, his rich friend invites him to his house to measure his blood energy value because he refuses to believe that Ping is on his level. After classes, they head to the house, and the friend is shocked to see that Ping's blood energy value is over 100. They retest, and the results are similar. Ping continues with his training and studies in preparation for the exam. The day finally comes with him and his friends reaching the final round of the exam. Everyone is escorted into a hall filled with blood energy measuring machines. The examiner tells them that the pass mark is 112 calories. All candidates enter their pods and begin to release their energy. Everyone exerts themselves till the machine reads their highest score. Ping carries on going, causing all the candidates to gather. The examiner puts his talents on the same level as Wang. As Ping's blood energy value is measured at 149 calories, he calls his senior after getting his results and agrees to meet him at the city sports arena. Ping and his friends throw their results in the air, showing that they all passed, with him getting the highest marks. His parents cry after seeing his results. He later goes to meet Wang, who congratulates him. The senior introduces Nini, who is his master's daughter, and he is taking care of her. He gets a flashback to the night his master decided to enter a dangerous underground lair to rescue the president of their institution after a failed mission. He told an injured Wang to take care of their martial arts society in their absence. The flashback ends when Ping calls to him. Wang is impressed that Ping has undergone second bone tempering. He downplays it, stating that he got lucky, and gives the credit to the martial arts material Wang sent. The senior tests Ping's durability by attacking. The lad is shocked that he can now withstand such an assault. He will still take damage from blood energy imbued attacks, but students that have achieved second bone tempering are highly sought after by many martial arts universities. There are 102 institutions, but Wang would only recommend 4. Jingdu Martial University is ranked first, and Modu University is second. Their resources are better than the normal institutions. For example, first-rank pills are all offered for free in those 2 schools. The higher-rank pills are offered at 30% of market price. The next recommendation is the First Wan Military Academy. It has less discounts when it comes to resources, but it makes up for it in the opportunities to undertake dangerous missions, which have extraordinary rewards. The 2 top schools have high-ranking tutors. This means students have a better chance of reaching their full potential. Wang's last recommendation is his university, Nanjiang. They need talent, and he would be a great addition. Ping has made his mind after hearing all the details and chooses to go to Modu. Wang warns him to be prepared because the competition is going to be stiff, since many of the newcomers will be at second bone tempering. He gets back to training in anticipation. His time for him to leave for university comes, and his family are there to goodbye him as he sets off. Ping soon arrives at Modu and is in awe at the grandeur of the university's gate. A third-year student named Feng Qing interrupts his trance. He digs his sword into the ground and informs the freshmen that the gate is built like that to remind students that they are not bigger than the school despite their talents. Feng Qing notices that Ping has a decent level of bone tempering. He formally introduces himself as a member of the university's weapon academy. He warns Ping to respect his seniors when he learns that he's from Nanjiang. Turns out that Feng Qing sees Wang as a rival. Ping makes his way to the admin building, where it is revealed that he has reached the third bone tampering. Everyone is amazed to hear this, considering that he has not become a martial artist yet. The admin officer is stunned because he was listed at the second bone tampering on his exam. This means that he attained the 3rd level during the month break. Given Ping's limitless potential, he is assigned boarding room 86 in Area 1. Yun is ordered to escort the newcomers to their accommodation. She explains that the student dormitory is divided into 4 areas. The zone corresponds with the number of students in a room, so Ping has his own apartment since he is in Area 1. The lad is wowed by the beauty of the campus as they pass through it. Yun states that it is designed like that to keep the martial artists tranquil, since the journey to becoming the strongest can be so stressful. Ping is left to find his room, and he is impressed by how luxurious it is when he does. Changding from the room across from him introduces himself. Ping lets him in, and they get to know each other. Changding reveals that Wang has broken through another rank and is currently going around challenging the strongest at his current level. He even defeated 8 martial arts schools in one day. It is also revealed that Feng Qing challenged him, but the outcome is unknown. Changding is humbled when he realizes that Ping has achieved third bone tampering. Even though Changding has become a first-rank martial artist, he doesn't think he is stronger than Ping. He reminds Ping that they need to head to Field 1 at 3 p.m. for the mentor's speech. We cut to Feng Qing, who is being dragged to scout the newcomers as they arrive at the field. The gates suddenly close as soon as the time reaches 3 p.m. The students just outside the field complain. Jing, who is the tutor of the Weapons Academy, lets out a strong pressure of blood energy to shut them all up. He informs them that those who didn't make it on time will lose 20 credits. One of Madu University's credit is worth 30,000 in the outside world. The latecomers almost cry because freshmen are given 50 credits, so to lose 20 is such a huge blow. Jing wants the freshmen to understand that the rules must be followed to the letter when at the university, because laziness and arrogance will not be tolerated. He also goes over the values the institute expects them to adopt while studying. The other mentors epically arrive on the stage and release their blood energy. This blows back most of the students, but the talented ones stand their ground and introduce themselves. Ping releases his energy, and they are impressed that he has reached such a level without being a full martial artist. The mentors step aside and lower their heads as Principal Ren makes an entrance. The warm energy he releases affects everyone. He is an 8th-rank martial artist and a golden body master. Ren welcomes the newcomers and gives a brief history lesson about the achievements of the university and their hope to nurture the next generation of martial artists that will protect their world. After his speech, Jing announces that all freshmen will receive a top-grade blood energy pill. He also informs them that their training competition will be starting in the next 20 minutes at the training building. It dawns on Ping that all of his classmates are about to become his opponents. Tutor Feng leads them to the facility and explains that it has a total of 9 floors. Freshmen are only allowed access up to the 4th layer for this trial. Each floor corresponds to an aspect of what makes a complete martial artist. The first floor is the College of Humanities, which focuses on researching warrior history. The second is the College of Manufacturing, specializing in elixirs and energy stones. Next is the Tactical Academy, which analyzes fighting styles. And the 4th floor is the Weapons Academy, which focuses on weapon usage and practical combat. Whichever floor students find themselves on by the end of the competition will be the college they will belong to. Each layer can accommodate a maximum of 400 people. All students on that floor will have 30 credits deducted if someone enters after it gets full. This means that students must fight to reach their preferred floor while also keeping it from getting overfilled. The freshmen will be given wooden weapons to fight with. Apart from that, there are no other rules. The doors open as soon as the explanation is finished. Some stay on the first floor, while the more ambitious grab their preferred wooden weapon to proceed. The dash to the 4th floor begins as the fighting erupts. Ping and Changding split in hopes to meet at the top floor. As the lad makes his way up, he notices that most of the students have not been trained in combat techniques, so he's a little disappointed. Yang, Yungxi, and Zhao team up to form a girls' alliance, increasing their chances of getting to their preferred floor. Changding pushes his way through till he is stopped by Songting and Lei, who are working together. All the while, Feng Qing joins the tutor, because he wants the principal to grant an acquaintance permission to enter their university's dungeon. During that interval, Songting and Lei are the first to reach the 4th floor. The girls are not far behind. The floor slowly starts to get populated as Changding arrives. He calls out Songting and knocks him down, winning the clash. Ping also makes it to the floor shortly after. He expresses his disappointment in the combat level of most of his classmates. He calls them weak in comparison to Wang. They get offended by his comments. Jing gives the order for them to defeat Ping to make him understand that they are worthy of being at the university. They are given 30 minutes, and there is a 50-credit reward for anyone who can do it. Ping will have credits deducted if he loses. On the other hand, Jing is willing to give Ping 1 credit for every non-warrior he defeats, and 5 for each martial artist. Changding decides to side with Ping despite it being 2 against 300. They begin to beat down the swarm of students descending on them. Ping even uses Lei's face as a shield to block Yang's attack. Zhao organizes the students, allowing them to mount a more potent assault. Changding gets overwhelmed and is knocked out. However, Ping is still holding on. The tutors ask for more details about this standout student. They conclude that his 2nd-level leg techniques must have been learned from Wang. The students are told that there is 10 minutes left, and their credits will be halved if they can't defeat him in that time. This prompts them to increase the intensity of their attacks. They notice that his blood energy levels are depleting. Ping can't restore his energy in front of everyone as that would expose his system. He decides to take a pill to make it seem like it was the cause of his restoration of energy. Ping leaps over their attacks to everyone's shock. The tutor wonders if the human body can absorb the pills so quickly after being ingested. The students desperately try to catch him as the seconds count down, but they are not able to. Ping is announced as the winner. Jing hopes the losers remember this huge L they just took. The other tutors leave as the students are told that they will get to choose their mentors the next day. Ren grants permission for Feng Qing and his acquaintance to enter the dungeon. Elsewhere, Wang is revealed to be at the peak of the 3rd rank as he defeats his next opponent. Mentor selection day comes, and the students are told to consider the conditions set by each tutor before committing to their program. A lot of the students rush over to Feng, but Ping's attention is caught by Feng Guo, who is only interested in mentoring the 20 students who withstood the blood energy pressure of the tutors. She tells Ping to sign with her, as she is the only one who can ensure his safety. Wang has defeated a lot of the seniors at the school, and since he is affiliated with him, there will be a target on his back. He is also probably not the most popular student after embarrassing his classmates during the trial. Fengro also reveals that she has shares in a pill manufacturing company, so he will have access to all the pills he wants. Some of the students want to sign up with her after hearing this detail. Fengro knows that Ping doesn't come from a wealthy family who can support his development. The other top students come from advantageous backgrounds and have all the support they need regardless of who they pick. She makes some other points which persuade Ping to sign up with her. Feng states that over half the students that Fengru mentors suffer serious injuries before graduating. Hearing this scares Ping a little, but it doesn't faze Zhao, who also signs up with her. Ping later has a private session with his new mentor. She explains that for him to break through to the first rank, he needs to open the remaining energy channels in the body. She instructs him to take the organ protective and bone refining pills first. This opens the energy channels in his arm. He then takes the blood energy pill on the table before releasing his energy. This causes the other pathways in his body to open. He gets excited and thanks Fengro for helping him reach the first rank. She feels like he could improve his leg techniques as they lack rapid bursts of power. She asked him to bring Zhao to their first class, but Ping gets backhanded when he asked for some high-quality first-rank pills. As soon as he leaves, Fengru gets a call from her estranged husband Quishan, which gets her a little upset. She calms down by looking at her deceased daughter's picture. The following day, her two pupils practice their kicks, but she comes over and demonstrates a technique which punctures a hole through the wooden stump. She calls it the foot jab. It is done when one concentrates their blood energy to explode at a single point. With the combination of bone tampering, the resulting power is as potent as a firearm. Ping gives it a try and almost breaks his foot. Fengru tells him to go to the logistics department to get a pair of pointed alloy boots. He must use clutches after the session because his master made him continue to practice despite his injury. He makes it to the logistic department and is stunned that the worst level boots cost 40 credits. This is equivalent to 1 million in the outside world. The old man attendant tries to sweeten the deal by throwing in some D-level alloy knuckle dusters for 50 credits total. Ping reluctantly takes the deal thanks to the extra credits he gained from beating his classmates during the practical training competition. Fengro later takes them to the training hall when Ping is confronted by seniors because their brother was beaten by Wang. They want him to fight them on Wang's behalf since he is affiliated. Ping accepts the fight despite his sore foot. The contest is going to be overseen by the martial arts club. The first guy steps up and Ping gets blown back with his new knuckle dusters after the initial exchange. He changes his approach and evades, but he is still overwhelmed a little. The freshman turns the tide of the battle when he reveals his ability to use the holding ground technique, which allows him to stand on thin air. He dashes down and lands a powerful foot jab, knocking out his opponent. The referee of the fight is stunned that a freshman has such skill and announces him as the victor. Wang makes an appearance along with Feng Qing. He challenges the seniors who have a problem with him to a fight. He defeats them with ease and goes for some kebabs with Feng Qing and Ping. It is revealed that Wang was the acquaintance Feng Qing wanted to get into the dungeon. He gives Wang the approval document. The topic switches to the National Freshman Exchange competition that is coming up in the next few months. It is a battle for resources between the schools. Wang advises Ping to prepare for the fight because it will be broadcasted live nationwide for the first time. It will be a great chance for him to become a household name. The top-performing first years are called for a meeting where the details of the competition are revealed. Madu University is going to host it. The winning martial arts school will receive a 20% increase in their annual resource allocation. This naturally reduces the resources available to the other schools. The competition is especially important because the lesser schools believe that Modu and Jingdu have fallen off and are wasting their resources because Wang has defeated a few third-ranked students from both schools. Feng asks the chosen first years to prove themselves if they don't want to be seen as useless. The 10 students who are to compete are told to raise their level to the peak of the first rank in preparation. Ping is made the captain of the team since he's currently leading his classmates in credits. Fengro makes it clear that she has not fully agreed to let her pupils participate and will pull them out if any unexpected incidents occur. They take on real-life missions to get some experience by subduing a few rogue warriors. The party get beaten on their first try, but after going back to the drawing board, they end up winning on their next attempt. They later get their real weapons to practice with. Ping gets a glaive and accidentally destroys the campus while trying it out. Fengro berates him for his carelessness before giving him a manual of the blood-burst blade sword techniques. This was created by Governor Zhang. Everyone works on improving themselves for the competition. That day soon comes, and the arena is packed as the host drops down to introduce the leaders of all the schools. Ren wonders where Quishan is and is told that he has gone to the dungeon. Ping's high school friends along with his sister and Nini come to support. They head backstage as the team is getting a pep talk from Feng. Martial arts live streamer Dali follows them in order to get some exclusive content. They are impressed to hear that Ping is the captain of his team. His little sister reminds him that she is still the president of the Yuan Ping Club and makes him the vice. Ping is a little confused by this club, but Dali just joined as their journalist and he's tasked with making Ping look good. The team prepare to head out, and the host introduces the Jingdu Martial Arts School first. They have sent their best freshman, and Han Shu is their captain, who is the national martial arts champion. There are even rumors that the guy has already achieved the second rank. The next teams to be presented are the 8 School Alliance and the Martial University Alliance. These teams are made up of schools who can't compete in their own name due to the requirements of the competition, so they gathered elite members to form this coalition. Madu University is the last team to be introduced as the hosts. They are also longtime rivals of Jingdu. The captain of each team makes their way to the stage for the draw. The balls are flung into the air as they swiftly grab their preferred balls. The captains raise them into the air, which projects the match up. Ren gives a speech before commencing the competition. The first fight is between Jingdu and the Martial University Alliance. Their 2 captains line up to fight, and they are both around the second rank in terms of strength. After a brief intro, Mingyu wastes no time and begins his assault. Han Shu effortlessly dodges and blocks. He even showcases a more advanced airwalk, which is normally done by 2nd or 3rd ranked martial artists. The two continue their intense clash, but Han Shu lands a critical stab with his spear. Mingyu tries to pin down his opponent by grabbing the spear and pulling him in despite the pain. He attempts to land a big attack when Han Shu gets in range, but he evades while revealing the hidden blade in his spear. He counters with a thrust, but stops his attack before it hits Mingyu's neck, forcing him to concede. After that display, Jing is worried that Han Shu's team will be going home with the extra resources because Han Shu has too much combat experience. Ren still has faith in his students. All the while, Dali is looking to make a lot of money by selling advertising slots on his livestream. People all around the world have turned in to watch. During that interval, Feng Qing and Wang prepare to enter the Mudo dungeon. Back in the arena, Wang Xiang from the famous Fang family brings in the win for Team Jingdu, which ends the first round of matches. The next group of matches are between Modu and the 8 School Alliance. Ping will be the first to fight. His little sister worriedly rushes over and tells him not to fight, but he gives her a confident smile telling her that he is a martial artist as he steps forward. Ping's father makes it home just in time to watch his son fight. His opponent can see all his flaws as the lad stands there laughing. The opponent makes the first move and attacks, but Ping blocks. He detaches his glaive to reveal a secondary weapon and knocks his opponent back. They have a brief exchange till Ping reattaches his glaive and launches a bloodburst frenzy blade attack. This destroys his adversary's weapon while knocking him to the ground. This catches the attention of Ren and the other captains. The battle comes to an end when the downed guy concedes. Ping's friends are taken aback by how strong he has become. Chang Ding prepares to take over, but Ping states that he will face the next opponent. Wei Bin, who is the captain of the 8 School Alliance, assures his teammate that his loss is not a big deal. From that exchange, he guesses that Ping's ultimate attack uses around 60 cals. He assumes that Ping can't unleash such an explosive attack again and tells the next fighter to drain Ping's remaining energy. Unfortunately for them, Ping takes 2 top-grade blood energy pills to restore his energy. Everyone is stunned to see him recover so quickly. From their reaction, Ping is happy that they can't detect him using the system to recover. Chang Ding gets annoyed that he doesn't get to fight, so he goes for a bathroom break to cool off. Wei Bin advises his teammate to attack Ping's legs, thinking that he hasn't honed it as well as his upper body. The fight starts, and the second opponent frantically attacks Ping's legs and manages to knock him to the ground. However, the Modu captain quickly recovers and lands a foot jab attack, bringing an end to the fight. Wei Bin doesn't wait for Ping to recoup his blood energy and launches his assault, marking the start of the next bout. Ping dodges and shocks everyone again by showcasing his void stance. Even his teammates didn't know he could use such a technique. The principals of the schools are impressed with the combat level of the current freshman. Being able to hover in the air gives him the chance to take his pills to fake the source of his recovery. He also dismisses Wei Bin's warning about the dangers of taking the pills excessively. Ping drops back down as soon as his blood energy levels go back to normal. The 2 captains clash so intensely that Ren must deflect the stray attacks. Wei Bin releases so much of his blood energy that his top blows off. He blocks Ping's foot jab with just the energy around him. They continue to exchange blows till they run low on blood energy. It turns to a brawl, but Ping takes the win because he still has one cow left after the final exchange. He takes another pill ready for the next fight. The commentator wonders if Ping is going for the record by defeating 5 opponents in one match. During that interval, Wang and Feng Qing enter the dungeon to get some blood energy stones. They discuss how to split the loot as they scope out the area. Wang wants a bigger cut because they are likely to encounter cave warriors that are high rank, and he will need more resources to deal with them since he is stronger than Feng Qing. They power up and begin their assault after coming to an understanding. The second day of fighting commences, and a recap on the previous days is given. It is revealed that after the first matches, the 8 School and Marshall University Alliance faced each other in the knockout stages, with the Marshall University Alliance taking the victory. The old master of the 8 School Alliance gave a speech that encouraged his fallen students and everyone listening. The previous day's MVPs are listed, and Ping is amongst one of the names. The commentator takes the stage again and explains how the competition runs moving forward. Wodu and Jingdu will face each other. The winner proceeds to the final, and the loser will fight the Martial Art Alliance. The victor from that fight will proceed to the final. Ping is surprised to hear that he will not be participating in the match against Jingdu. Feng explains that he revealed too much of his capabilities in the first match. This puts him at a severe disadvantage. The students try to state that a martial artist wouldn't shy away from battle. The tutor warns them against going into the dungeons with that type of mentality, because such reckless bravery causes lives to be lost. The students are puzzled as this is the first time they are hearing about the dungeons. Feng highlights how they don't need to exhaust all their trump cards before the finals. He points out how Jingdu defeated the Martial Arts Alliance without revealing their true strength. That is why the fight seemed like it was close. After hearing this, Ping puts his pride to the side and agrees to their tutor's plan. Even if they lose this match to Jingdu, they should be able to defeat the badly weakened Martial Arts Alliance in the third match and make their way to the finals where they can fight Jingdu in better condition. The teams are called out and the matchups are displayed. The crowd are a little worried that Ping is not participating. Zhao is the first to line up against her opponent, who is a powerhouse. He lands heavy blows as they fight, causing her hand to fracture, but she holds on and manages to counter with a critical kick to his family jewels, which knocks him out. Zhao is announced as the winner, but the damage received causes her to be taken off in a stretcher. It is revealed that she will be out for 3 months. The next round is between Changding and Han Shu. The 2 spearmen face off. As they clash, the Jingdu captain is clearly superior when he blows Changding away, with just a slight use of his blood energy. Changding throws his spear at Han Shu, who deflects it with ease. The referee stops it before it hits the crowd. Changding closes the distance during the commotion and lands a big punch that rocks Han Shu. The captain loses his composure and responds with a devastating knee, but Feng concedes before Han Shu delivers a critical blow on his student. Changding is also carried off by the medics, but he is in high spirits. Han Shu stays to face the next martial artist, who is Yang. He matches her boxing style by leaving his spear and putting his blood energy into his hands. He blocks her punch and her attempt sneak attack at his family jewels. Yang headbutts the captain, making him stagger. She knows that he has not tampered his skull since he is below the 3rd rank. She launches another attack, but Han Shu stops her kick and responds with a stab of his hidden spear blade. Yang doesn't back down and lands another huge headbutt before falling. She loses the match, but everyone is impressed with her tenacity. All the while, Wang and Feng Qing frantically try to escape the dungeon with a huge blood energy stone, but they are forced to abandon it as they are getting chased by 5th-rank enemies. Wang picks his long-term goal of saving his master over the fat stone. This allows them to escape with their lives. Back at the competition, Wang Xiang takes over from Han Shu and battles against An Lei, but it is a one-sided beating. Song Ting gets livid seeing his teammates lose and rushes the stage, but he leaves just as quickly as he entered as Wang Xiang sends him flying out of the ring with a 1-2 punch. He laughs as his school is declared the winner. Ping can only watch on in frustration. They must fight the Martial Arts Alliance for the last final spot. Ping leads some background teammates to a victory against their next opponents, which secures the last ticket to the finals. Feng berates those that got injured for not following their tactical arrangement as they recklessly rushed in. Ping disagrees a little, feeling that warriors need to show guts sometimes. Feng Guo supports Ping's assessment, causing Feng to leave filled with frustration. He gives Ping the authority to choose the lineup for the finals. Cheng Ding thinks he's going to get chosen despite his broken ribs, but Ping decides to go with Jin and Yangshi since they have not fought yet. This means that they have the advantage as no one has seen their abilities. Yangshi's mentor is worried about her because she is too gentle and is not good at initiating attacks, but Youngshi assures her that she will perform as she is determined to fight. Meanwhile, most of the spectators around the world bet against Madu in the finals. With these odds, pigs have a higher chance of flying. Both schools line up for the championship match. Jin steps up first with his oversized gloves. Luckily for him, his opponent also specializes in boxing. Jin dashes in, showing off his unorthodox fighting style. He damages his opponent's hand and even explodes his glove to finish the match. Sadly, his foe is a tank who takes the attack and counters with a punch that sends Jin flying. The Jingdu student took some heavy damage, but he still stands ready to face Youngshi. The girl takes a pill before entering the ring. She pleads with the batted guy to get some treatment, but her statement only irritates him as he sees it as her underestimating him. He uses the last of his energy to hit Youngshi with a power punch, which knocks her out. Everyone is stunned that she was defeated so easily. Soon after the Jingdu student collapses out of exhaustion, the school principals note that it will take him 3 to 5 months to heal. He is about to be announced as the victor since he was the last to go down, but Youngshi suddenly recovers. We learn that she took the revitalizing pill before the match. This has caused her to make a full recovery. She is given the win for being the last one standing. Wangxiang steps up as her next opponent. He is not surprised that she could use such an expensive pill, as he reveals that she is from a rich family with a gramps who is a grandmaster backing her. Wangxiang is aware that she can only use the pill once, so he wastes no time starting his assault. Yunshi fends him off with her blade and counters, but Wangxiang blocks and dodges as he mocks her swordsmanship. He knocks her back while calling her teammates useless. This triggers Youngshi, who throws her blade away. She shocks everyone when she evades Wangxiang's attack with a void stance. Master Bai reveals Youngshi wanted to learn swordsmanship because it was more elegant. The girl's true strength lies in close combat. Youngshi creates clones of herself and lands a flurry of kicks. She is annoyed that he made her fight with such a barbaric style. Wangxiang regains his composure, grabs Youngshi's legs and throws her to the floor. He follows up with his family's ultimate technique, but Ping blocks it, and he puts an end to their match by conceding. The captain warns him to go easy on ladies as he steps in as the next opponent. Ping wants to beat up Wangxiang to get his revenge because the guy's family has indirectly caused him problems with his mentor, so he blows him away in 3 energy slices. Han Shu prevents his friend from falling and gently places him on the floor. He leaps up to meet Ping for the decisive battle. Ping refuses to allow Han Shu's reputation to overshadow his entire school. The 2 captains rush across the ring as they clash. Ping tries to hit him with a blood energy attack, but Han Shu neutralizes it without using any of his. The commentator thinks that Ping is getting suppressed after seeing this, but he gets corrected by Ping. The fighting continues to rage on, and the crowd start to acknowledge Ping's strength. Some even put him on the same level as Han Shu. Ping launches a string of attacks, however, Han Shu dodges and smacks him down, but Ping gets up. This prompts the genius to attack using his blood energy, which does more damage to Ping when it hits. He lies on the floor in disbelief that he's about to lose. He goes unconscious for a moment as the system activates. Ping thinks hard about how he's to defeat a foe like Han Shu. He recalls some wise words from his master about him adding his own twist to the techniques he learns. Ping figures something out, causing a rush of power to engulf him. The commentator thinks that he has used a revitalizing pill. Han Shu knows that this is not the case, and this revival is due to his physique. Ping picks up his weapon and proceeds to use the techniques of the other notable fighters in the competition. The flurry of high-level attacks pins Han Shu down. Ping shatters his foe's weapon and lands a blood energy-imbued punch that knocks him out. Ping and his university are announced as the winner as his friends and sister cheer on. Wang and Feng Qing watch on astonished from their sick beds. The principals are impressed with this batch of rookies. They suspect that Ping might become a leading figure in the new generation of martial artists. The audience watch on inspired by the surprise result as the commentator gives a passionate speech which brings an end to the tournament. Ping returns to his room to continue his training after experiencing the high combat level of the freshmen from other schools. He wants to get strong without relying too much on the system. He can see that it will be difficult, but he must keep breaking new limitations if he wants to remain undefeated. Ping's friends and sister remained on the Modu campus for a while and are amazed regarding how nice the facilities are as they leave. Dali quickly excuses himself when he gets a call from a big potential investor. Ping reminds him that he needs to get his cut from all the revenue the channel generates since he is the face of the network. It is later revealed that all the schools are going on break to celebrate the new year. Ping is heading home with his family and high school friends. Chang Ding and the others meet him near the gate. They have made a full recovery because the school provided resources for their rehabilitation due to them winning the tournament. They all make an agreement to reach the 2nd rank by the time they return from the break. While on the train ride home, they find out that the rankings for the strongest students have been released. Ping's sister is surprised that her brother is in 6th place, but he isn't surprised because there are over 60,000 students at the university that are at the elite level. Ping makes it clear that he doesn't care about rankings because he broke through to the 2nd rank on the night the competition ended. He wants to keep this discreet for now. His friends are impressed as they highlight how Wang also reached the 2nd rank in his freshman year. Shortly after, they arrive at their home city. Ping decides to walk home with his sister to see what has changed since he has not been around in a while. He takes in the sights of people preparing for the New Year's celebrations while eating a snack. A taxi driver notices him and asks for an autograph for his son. He also lets Ping know that he has become the pride of the city after his performance at the exchange competition. Some other boys spot him and also ask for one. They state how his success has inspired them to take the martial arts exam. He gives them some words of encouragement to push them to aim to be stronger than him. Ping finally gets home, and his proud mother and father wait for him, giving him a warm welcome. He wakes up the next day happy to get a good night rest where he's most comfortable. Ping also discloses that the system upgraded due to the fights. It cost him over 10 million to upgrade and cries when he realizes that it will cost him 100 million for the next upgrade. He steps out to get some fresh air when he is interrupted by the official who took Bin away when they defeated him. The official informs him that the city wants to give him housing at one of the most prestigious communities. This is the government's way of thanking him for his actions. His rise to fame, along with Wang's achievements, has prompted a lot of investors to come to the city. Ping calls Wang, and he confirms the reward and gives him the green light to accept it. He shows his people their new family house, and they are flabbergasted by its size. Ping assures his mother that this is all legit. His sister rushes to go pick her room. He suggests that they celebrate the new year in their new home. The mother makes the food as the rest put up the decorations. During that interval, the other student warriors spend their New Year's in different ways. The break comes to an end, and they return to school. Everyone managed to reach the 2nd rank, but they are shocked when Ping informs them that he is at the peak of the 2nd rank. Their conversation is interrupted when one of his old high school friends calls. He invites him and the top freshman of Wudou University to Nanjing University. Ping agrees, and when the call ends, it is revealed that it was Wang who forced him to invite them. The group arrive at Nanjing University soon after. Despite it being near Ping's home, this is his first time on the campus. They note the elegant and peaceful vibe. This is completely different to their school, which has an oppressive aura. Yang is not impressed with the campus and expresses her opinion when a beanie-wearing hipster tells her to watch her mouth before she gets smacked. She gets annoyed that a non-martial arts student is talking so tough. Her rant is interrupted when Ping's friend meets them at the front gate. The security scans the visitors and comments on their impressive power. The students around straighten up when Wang arrives to welcome the visitors. He can tell that Ping has reached the peak of the 2nd rank. Wang recalls how he challenged students from Modu when he was at that rank and beat them all. This made the losers to push themselves to the peak of the 2nd rank, with some even reaching the 3rd. Wang believes that he contributed to Modu's development, so he wants Ping and his mates to give some of the students at his university a taste of humiliation to trigger development and a change to a more competitive mindset. Ping agrees to a 2nd-tier match when Wang promises some decent blood energy pills if they win. The others are on board as they want to test their skills. Ping calls tutor Feng to get authorization to participate in the matches. The teacher also gets them some pills to use. The dean for their year will also be coming to ensure their safety. During that interval, Wang gets the stage built, and he berates his juniors for trying to set up chairs as he feels like the warriors in the audience should be able to stand and watch. Ping and the others are later joined by Master Bai. She delivers their pills and informs them that the dean is currently with the governor. Wang interrupts to tell them that the preparations are complete. The crowd gathers, and a few students get offended that some first years from Modu think that they can fight against their 3rd and 4th years. Wang gets very angry and informs the hecklers that the weak have no right to criticize the strong. Since he has a lot of administrative power at the university, he reveals that if their school loses, all warriors will have the cost of buying resources increase by 5%. Non-warrior students will also be expelled after the 2nd year if they haven't broken through and become martial artists. The beanie hipster tries to protest this, prompting Wang to expel him. He feels like being given the chance to become a warrior is a huge responsibility. The principal, governor, and Modu dean make their entrance. The principal agrees with Wang because they need strong warriors for the emergencies that they are bound to face. The governor is also revealed to be the creator of the Blood Fury Blade technique used by Ping. Wang also makes the suggestion to the principal that they expel 90% of their students if they lose, as this will concentrate resources to only the elite martial artist. The principal approves, which shocks everyone. Ping can't believe how much influence Wang has. The rules for the match is outlined. The winner of the battle will proceed to the next match, and the loser will exit the stage. The last standing martial artist will take the victory for their school. Lei goes up first and defeats his spearman opponent with a devastating kick, but he steps down because he used too much energy to get the win. Wang gestures for Ping to go up next. He's reluctant to fight when he sees that his foe is a female. He toys with her a little before knocking her out with a palm strike to the gut. He calls her weak, which makes her run off the stage upset. After watching that fight, the elders comment the mastery of Ping's stance technique. The next opponent steps up, and the captain has no intention of being as courteous since it's a male. Ping doesn't bother with introductions, stating that he doesn't remember the weak. His arrogant behavior gets the crowd vexed. Wang is happy to see that his plan is working. Ping wastes no time and one-shots the nobody with a 200 cal energy attack. He takes a pill to recover as the next contender called Gu gets on stage, and he's a boxer. Ping notes his aura and states that he is the strongest among Nanjiang University's second-rank warriors. The captain gives him some respect and discards his weapon because he wants to meet his opponent fist to fist. The two have an intense clash, and Ping manages to keep up, but he realizes that he has used a lot more energy than his opponent. This puts him on the back foot as Gu continues a barrage of attacks. Ping can't replenish his energy in his current situation, as it would expose the system. Turns out that Gu has extensive real-world fighting experience, as he was taken by his dad to the army for training. Ping finds himself on the ground after being blown back. Gu unleashes his ultimate technique. The worry on the captain's face is obvious. Wang states that Ping's problem is that he reached the peak of the second rank too quickly, meaning he lacks the necessary foundation most warriors have at that stage. Ping quickly stands up and uses the last of his energy to attempt a block, but he gets overwhelmed and is knocked down again. He taps into his primal rage and gets back up to Gu's surprise. The two enter a close-quarters brutal brawl. Ping's friends are stunned to see him with such a crazy look in his eyes. From the sound of their blows, Master Bai reveals that both fighters are relying on bone tampering. The principal and dean want to end the match and call it a draw, but the governor suggests they wait a little longer. Ping grabs Gu and begins to land a volley of headbutts which stuns and leaves him open to the finishing kick. Gu goes flying off the stage into the concerned crowd. Ping has a deranged look on his face as he calls for the next opponent. Wang puts an end to the match, stating that Ping has proven his strength. We come to know that Gu's skull tampering was worse than Ping's, and that is why he lost. Wang questions the students if anyone else wants to challenge Ping. He gives a speech asking if they want to be beneath others forever, and urges them to work hard to restore the honor of their school by defeating Ping. They all turn their animosity towards the guy and promise to beat him next time. Wang is happy to see the fire in the eyes of his fellow students. Ping and Wang have a meeting with the governor after the match. The official feels like Ping has a great chance of reaching the level of master. He offers to have Ping join the martial department after he graduates. It will be a job that comes with a position. He's willing to give the lad time to ponder on the offer. The governor also gives Ping the manual to the improved version of the Blood Fury blade. He also gives the lad a title of deputy admiral of their city. Wang is the honorary admiral. Ping rejects the offer for now because he feels like he needs to improve a lot more after that close match with Gu. He aims to break through to the third rank, so the governor respects his wishes. Some time passes, and Ping's friend from Nanjiang University calls to complain about him not being able to move freely at his school because Ping is public enemy number 1, and they all know that he is affiliated to him. Ping just tells him to get stronger, as this will prevent them from coming for him. He ends the call and enters the facility to meet his master. He finds Feng King, who has now reached the peak of the third rank, beating some students. Someone tries to stand up to him, but he has not reached the same level, and the difference in power is too great. This is showcased when he's unable to damage Feng King. The fight quickly comes to an end after everyone sees this. Ping took note of the interaction, and now has the idea of the type of power needed to attain the peak of the third rank. Feng King's boasting comes to an end when Feng Gru knocks him against a wall for all the damage he caused just to show off. He is also given the repair bill. Ping follows his master as she tells him about the various facilities the school has to help warriors break through. She explains that the jump in strength of a peak third-rank warrior is monstrous compared to the previous ranks and stages. A high-level third-rank warrior can take on 10 mid-level third-rank fighters and come out the victor. Feng Gru tells Ping to book 5 hours in one of the special training rooms. He almost cries when he hears how much it is going to cost him. As soon as he enters, he can feel the energy particles in the air. His master reveals that his cultivation should be more refined in the chamber. She supervises him as he takes a seat to start the training and is stunned when Ping demonstrates mental strength as he tries to break through. Only those at the 6th rank can tap into such power. She suspects that he might be a master in the making. Ping connects the relevant pathways and breaks through to the 3rd rank. He comes out and requests some pills that match his new rank, but his master ignores him. Later, Principal Ren and the Dean worry that Master Bai and her party have not returned from the dungeon yet. A document has come through that dictates that warriors of the 2nd rank must enter the dungeons. The Dean suggests that they allow the rookies to explore the areas that have been cleared. Ren wants all precautions to be made, even if it means they protect the kids in secret. Their country is not ready for what is to come out of the dungeons. The Dean leaves to prepare a briefing for the 2nd rank warriors. Meanwhile, Ping goes to an underground class that is only for those who have reached the 3rd rank. However, he is approached by an anxious Yongxi who wants to know where her master is. She gets her answer when students rush to the southern gates. There were some fatalities during the expedition. Yongxi is relieved to see Master Bai, but the look of dread quickly washes over her face when she sees that her master lost her arm. Ping also stands there mortified as some of the students call to their injured teachers and seniors. Yongxi cries as she looks at Bai's arm, but the mentor lets her know that the fact that she came back alive is a victory. Principal Ren and the other high-ranking tutors arrive at the gate. He is devastated to see his allies in such a state, but he is grateful that they are alive. Bai wastes no time in making Fengru the girl's new mentor. Yongxi tries to protest this, but it is explained that it will take Bai a couple of years to recover from all her internal and external injuries, so she can't teach anyone. Mentor Jianzhu was the leader of the expedition and confidently says that the mission was not a failure. He outlines how they repelled the enemy and defeated many high-level foes. Ren gives the order for them to give the fallen a hero's burial and for their families to be taken care of. The old man swears that they will avenge those who they have lost. Some are sure that this means that there will be a master-level battle in the dungeons of Modu. Ping overhears and wonders what the dungeons are. The day of the funerals come, and the warriors who turned up are reminded how they need to respond to such a loss. After the ceremony, the briefing for the 2nd rank freshman is delivered by Bai. It is revealed that the first dungeon entrance was discovered in the year 1303. A massive earthquake struck which cracked the ground and crushed people. The first portal appeared shortly after. The dungeon people learned that the portal connected their realm to Earth, so they created a passage. Foes with power beyond the 9th rank were involved in this. Bai informs the students that humanity's fate would be in danger if such a powerful being was to invade their world. The reason why humans can enter and exit the dungeon as they please might be because they are weaker. However, it has come to their attention that the spatial isolation that has been keeping the dungeon people from coming to Earth has been weakening over the last 700 years. It has reached a point where foes of the 3rd rank can break through to Earth, and it will only get worse as time goes. Currently, there are 22 dungeon entrances, but they are not interconnected. Bai shows the students a map of the Modu section of the dungeon. There are 13 cities depicted on it. Ping is staggered by the size of the space. Bai discloses that these cities are what they have detected so far. A master-level warrior has explored 3,000 kilometers to the west, and he still hasn't reached the next entrance. There is an endless ocean to the west. This suggests that the dungeon realm is dozens or even hundreds of times larger than Earth. This also means that the number of living things there far exceeds Earth. That realm also has numerous resources that help martial artists develop. Due to this, the strength of the dungeon people is greater than the humans. The elixirs that martial artists take are made from these resources, and lives are lost to obtain them. The freshmen will not be going to any dangerous areas since it's their first time. The aim is for them to observe and adapt in preparation for future missions. They are given some time to level up before Feng leads them on their first expedition. Yongxi is officially handed over to Fengru. The new mentor makes it clear that she will not tolerate mediocre results from Yongxi given her talent level and the family resources she has access to. Fengru then turns her attention to Ping because he has not made much progress since he reached the 3rd rank. The lad reveals that he is currently broke, so he can't afford the fee to enter the chamber. His mentor proposes a deal where she will provide the resources for his training, but he must agree to complete 2 tasks. The first is for him to deliver a letter, and the second is to eliminate someone. She tosses him a scroll with the details and warns him to get stronger before going after the target. Fengru will give him 1,000 credits if he accepts. Ping is a sucker for resources, so he takes the deal like he's an addict getting a free sample. The mentor also gives him the letter that is to be delivered and tells him to wait for an old man with white hair at the entrance of the South District. Ping is also to tell the man that his daughter misses him, so he should hurry and go keep her company. The lad thinks that this old man is Fengro's father. He makes his way to the logistic department to tell Lee about the vast credit he now has and requests a third-grade pill. The department head looks at the details about the enemy Ping has been tasked to eliminate. He reveals that it's the 9th-rank warrior lord of Tianmen City. This is one of the metropolises in the dungeon. Ping collapses to the floor out of fear when he hears this, but the department head is sure that the lad will put up a good fight once he reaches the 9th rank. Later that night, he goes to the letter-delivering location with Changding and Lei. Ping gives the letter plus the message to the blondie to deliver. He's scared of his mentor's father without ever meeting him before. Kushan comes out of the gate, and the boys are surprised how young he is. Changding gives the letter, but Ping comes out of the bushes to deliver the correct message. Kushan gets annoyed hearing it and punches Ping into orbit. He leaves as soon as he confirms that Ping is Fengro's student. Changding later meets up with a recovering Ping to educate him on the situation. Kushan is also known as the Snake King and is ranked 47th in the master rankings. The guy is a mid-level 8th rank warrior. He is also the vice principal of Madu University. Only the strongest make it to the master rankings. Principal Ren is 41st on the list. Having 2 mentors that are on that level at Madu University is what gives it its prestige. Changding learned from his family that Kushan is not Fengro's father like how Ping thought, but rather, Kushan and Fengru were married. They even had a daughter and were living a happy life. It was that daughter that Fengru was alluding to in the message. She met her demise when Kushan brought her along with him during a dungeon expedition. The vice principal was entangled with a powerful foe, so he was not able to save his daughter as she was eliminated by a dungeon warrior. Fengru divorced him after that, and her personality became more hostile. During her mourning, she asked every mentor that was on that expedition why they couldn't save her daughter. Ping guesses that the Donghu Fang family were part of the expedition, that is why she developed a grudge against them. He also figures that the powerful enemy Kushan was struggling against was the lord of Tianmen City. Ping is sure that he must break through to the high level of the 3rd rank before going into the cave. He goes to the training chamber and begins with the guidance of his mentor. They are soon joined by the dean and Kushan. They are stunned to see Ping break through his limits, and judging from the flow of his energy, the mentors suspect that he might be a mutated bone-tempering warrior. There are only a few in their world. The dean is excited that Madu University might have their very own with Ping, which will further add to their prestige. Ping comes out of the chamber excited as Fengru tells him to join her the following day so that he can learn new combat techniques. Over the remaining time, he learns many new moves from the improved manual of the Blood Fury Blade. He later heads to the logistic department where Lee teaches him some insults in the dungeon people's language before leveling up his equipment. The day for the elite freshmen to enter the dungeon comes, and Principal Ren along with the mentors gather to send them off. The old man gives an inspiring speech about how they are the future of their world, so they need to be strong. He wishes them good luck as everyone performs the martial arts salute. The students are taken via bus to the heavily guarded facility that houses the portal. Feng shows his documents that allows them to make the trip to the dungeon. They enter the mission hall where warriors take on dungeon tasks. It is also an area where rare items are traded. The freshmen are then led to the chamber which acts as the last line of defense leading to the dungeon. It is made of grade A alloy. It would take the strongest martial artist some time to break through it, and the chamber is designed to hold off any threats that emerge. Ping is stunned by the quantity of grade A alloy used to build it and almost loses it when he works out how much it cost. After some banter with the guards, they make their way to the portal. The red glow from the eerie swirling mass of energy lights up the room, and blood-stained stairs lead to it. Ping is the first to approach it, but he pretends that there is a problem when he sticks his hand in it, which gets everyone alert. But all his classmates fall out of shock when they realize that he's joking around. Yang gets annoyed and kicks him through the portal. He stumbles onto a passage that is made of energy. The others follow not long after. Feng reveals that masters can use their mental power to distort the passage, but it takes multiple of them. During this time, no one can travel between the 2 realms due to the turmoil. Ping doesn't understand why they can't just continue doing this to keep the invaders away. The mentor reveals that the passages get more stable as time passes. This means more masters are needed to destabilize it. So for now, this system of expedition is the only way to keep the enemy at bay, so they can prevent Earth from turning into a battlefield. If the passage is also closed, everyone on the other side will be trapped, and Wang will not be able to find out the fate of his mentor or retrieve bodies of those they have lost. They proceed to the dungeon where they are greeted by General Mofu. He is the highest authority of the defense team and a peak 6th rank martial artist. The freshmen's breath are taken away by the new world they find themselves in. Ping comments on how the air is full of energy particles. He is not surprised that the realm's inhabitants are so strong. The general gives them a brief tour of Hope City. It is a human dwelling which has the sole aim of defeating the enemies. Because of this, the only inhabitants in Hope City are warriors. Mofu reveals that the enemy's settlement named Tianmen City is about 50 miles away, and they launch about 3 to 10 offensives against Hope City every year, and each one is a brutal battle. The inhabitants of Tianmen City are not part of any military system, but they manage to organize to attack. The humans are unable to conduct a counterattack, so they choose to defend, although they do send out small teams to launch lesser raids. Even just as close as 6 miles outside Hope City, one can encounter dungeon people. This means bloodshed is normal. It's a eat-or-be-eaten world, and the dungeon people have been attacking more frequently of late. After the briefing, Mofu informs the students that their main goal now is to get used to the environment. He also reminds them to always follow orders. The party are later joined by Mentor Zheng as a second guide. As they leave the city, it is disclosed that the city walls are also made of grade A alloy. This is strong enough to keep the lower-level enemies at bay. That setup frees the humans to deal with the higher-level threat. As they get further from the city, there are mounds with fallen warriors buried in them. They will be returned to Earth once the humans get victory. Feng wants to take the third-rank students a little deeper. He feels like they don't need to be sheltered and can only get stronger if they face danger. Ping tries to protest this, prompting Feng to berate him for being a chicken who only wants to hang around weaker people to feel better. He also reveals that Wang has already proven himself in the dungeon because he is a warrior. The tutor says some more things during his rant, before taking the others who have reached the 3rd rank with him. Zheng leads the others through the safe areas, but they quickly realize that Ping has left their side. It looks like the lad has lost himself trying to find Feng. He stumbles onto an ambush point and gets attacked by a dungeon dweller, but he dodges. The native retreats into the bushes, but Ping can sense his location and lands a precise energy strike that takes him out. He goes closer to inspect the downed native, and he can't believe how human-like they look. He rummages through the body of his defeated foe. He guesses that he was an initial 3rd-rank swordsman based on his necklace. Ping also loots an energy stone and hides in the bushes when he senses that someone is coming. More natives arrive and realize that their comrade was looted after his defeat. The leader of the party can sense that someone is around. Ping holds his breath, hoping that they have not spotted him. Unfortunately for him, the trio turn around and head straight towards his direction. He doesn't wait for them to find him and performs an energy slice before escaping. They chase after the invader and try to stop him with their attacks, but Ping skillfully blocks and evades. He confuses them when he turns and shouts what he thinks is an insult in the native's language. The trio pause for a moment, but his words don't stop them from pursuing him. Ping manages to put some distance between him and the dungeon people, but he notices that he is getting further away from Hope City. Things get worse when he stumbles into the Azure Emperor's territory. Ping trembles in fear when he recognizes it from its features. It is an ancient beast that devours energy particles. The trio catch up to Ping and dash in to attack, but they try to retreat as soon as they see the beast. Sadly, the Azure Emperor captures them with a mental barrier and sucks all the energy from the trio, leaving them looking like sun-dried tomatoes. Its attention now turns to Ping as he slowly backs away, begging for his life. He quickly throws away the energy stone he looted when the beast takes interest in it. He attempts to use this as an opportunity to escape, but the creature binds his feet. It then proceeds to suck the energy from Ping. The system shows his wealth rapidly decreasing. During that interval, Ping's party find the first enemy he defeated and figure out that it's his handiwork based on the victim's injuries. The dean joins them after learning about the missing student. Feng hopes that they can find him because he can't imagine what Fengra would do if she found out. The dean sets off to look further out and hopes that Ping didn't enter the Azure Emperor's territory. He turns away because he doesn't think the lad has gone that far in, and he also doesn't want to disturb the beast. In the meantime, Azure is not able to take all of Ping's energy at once, so it stops and takes a break. He notes that it has taken energy comparable to what circulates around the entire body of a peak 6th rank warrior. He quickly runs away when he gets the chance, but he bumps into another group of natives, so he leads them to the Azure Emperor to deal with them. This leaves him free to attempt another escape, but he stumbles upon a sizable force, and from their dressing he figures that they are from Dongkoi City. He guesses that they are joining with Tianmen City to launch a massive attack against the humans. Ping doesn't have any other option but to try and get past the beast so that he can warn the others about the danger. As soon as he returns, Azure comes to take his energy. Ping accepts his fate and allows it to happen. He's starting to get drained after a few more rounds and gets the idea to replenish his wealth by collecting the expensive armor and weapons of the defeated natives. The system turns his wealth into usable energy. Ping hatches a plan to lure more dungeon people for the beast to suck. This allows him to loot anything valuable from the victims. He finally gathers enough weapons to recoup what he has lost, plus some. He checks something's in the system before promising the Azure Emperor to bring more people for him to devour. The beast finally allows him to leave, but back at the human city, Fengru has learnt about her missing star pupil, and she's not happy. She has a tense argument with Quishan, but this is interrupted when they hear Ping's screams coming from outside the city. The injured guy is getting chased by some powerful-looking natives. Feng wastes no time to intercept the attackers. They try to retreat after seeing his power, but the tutor hunts them down and takes them out in a devastating fashion, but one of them manages to escape. He brings Ping to safety, and the lad shows off the medals of the powerful foes he defeated on his way back. The soldiers on duty give him hype as they chant. As soon as Ping gets his wounds tended to, his mentor berates him for his careless actions over a little provocation. The lad cuts her off to inform them of the joint army that is coming their way. The mentors leave as the order is given for all departments to prepare for the emergency. The units gather at the deck to get a brief on the situation. General Mofu explains that they are at a disadvantage when it comes to numbers, so they will rely on the city's robust defenses while they wear the enemy down. They don't want to ask Principal Ren for assistance because the old man has saved the city many times. Quishan states that Ren's famous golden body is getting worn out. He will not likely heal if he takes serious damage. The mentors formulate their battle plans and take stock of their reserves. Meanwhile, the other students are worried about the upcoming battle, as it will be their first taste of brutal warfare. They try to hype up themselves by pointing out how this is a good opportunity to rank up. Ping is reluctant to sit out of the battle and begs Yungshi to give him some pills to help him recover faster. We learn that the lad's glaive got destroyed when he went out. The dean enters with a new weapon for Ping. It is made from a much stronger grade B alloy. He also converted the metals that the lad brought back into 2,000 credits. Everyone makes preparations as they check their weapons and get the cannons in place. The other mentors, along with some of the older students of Modu, join them for the showdown. Ping uses this time to heal his wounds and get stronger. He is sure that with his new level and weapon, his attacks will be more potent. The lad wants to reach the peak of the 3rd rank before the start of the war. This will make him closer to catching up to Wang. He eventually gets well enough to join the final strategy meeting. The roles are given in groups and are based on the rank of the warriors. Energy stones are also given to further boost everyone's power for the battle. The meeting comes to an end when the alarm sounds for the arrival of the enemy. As they line up, Mofu notes that Dongqi City has sent out 7th peak rank generals. Tianmen City have deployed 3 8th rank commanders to lead the battle. Everyone powers up ready to face the threat. Both sides clash in an epic battle, and the mentors waste no time in thinning down the enemy's numbers. The students get their time to shine when some of the fodder foes climb the wall. After defeating a few of the natives using their individual powers, they start to pair up to land some devastating combination attacks. Feng King showcases his power when he defeats a native who is at the initial stage of the 4th rank. Those manning the cannons get their time to shine when they target enemies who are above rank 5. Some of their shots also hit the natives' equipment. The Dean, General, and Quishan deal with a number of the leaders, prompting Commander Wolf to step up with his subordinate. They rank higher than the humans, and it shows as they start to gain the upper hand. Ping wants to go help, but Feng King stops him, stating that he's nowhere near strong enough to aid, so he will only get in the way. The principals come in clutch just as all hope is lost. The top students from the other schools also come as backup. The principals rally everyone as they hold off the high-level natives with ease. This inspires the freshmen to rain potent combination attacks down at those below. The infantry uses this momentum to push back the natives. The wolf notices this and starts to cause massive collateral damage as he fights Ren. But the old man detects his plan and uses the last of his power to nullify the commander's big attack. He also defeats the wolf with it. The fire generated incinerates a lot of the natives, forcing them to retreat. However, Ren loses his life in the process. Everyone is stunned that the old man gave his life to protect the next generation of martial artists. The battle comes to an end as Ping shouts out for the principal in pain. That brings the series to an end. Shout out to Larry Raymond N70 for keeping it toasty in the comment section. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you can be in the next video.
Okay.